Hello, it's Colette. Welcome back to the second part of Astrotarot for the year 2018. I'll link the first part below and hopefully you'll get an overview of all the signs. But this is, we're starting at Libra and doing the second part of the zodiac. If you like the way that I read the tarot, Tarot Novice to Pro is my book and it's available on all good booksellers. This has been out 6-7 years now and it continues to trickle along and people love it. So it's a basic tarot book. It's practical and I hope you would enjoy it and give it a wee look if you fancy learning the tarot. So anyway, let's do the Astro Tarot. Your year ahead. Now this will be just a guide. One card to give you the aspect of the year and maybe a keyword or key phrase to deal with it. So let's go for Libra. And the Libra, oh my goodness, we're getting a lot of court cards out. If you watch the previous 6, you'll see that a lot of queens come out. So Libra, we've got the Knight of Swords, which is the Knight of Air. Now, Libra being an air sign, this is a very Libran card. It represents males over about 30 who are mature of the air signs, Libra, Gemini and Aquarius, but it's out for Libra itself. So this is Libra's card and we're doing Libra the sign. That tells me that Libra this year has to be true to themselves, not to anyone else, just themselves. It's an aspect of looking further ahead and maybe seeing who you want to be, but from an honest place in your heart, not what other people expect you to be in the future, not what other people necessarily want you to be. But for all Libras in the year ahead, 2018 is about allowing yourself to simply be you. It's also a year where you'll find that you're able to communicate more easily and express yourself more easily, and there certainly won't be so much sort of thinking one way and then not doing it, procrastination really. So for Libra this year, be your magnificent self and only do it for you. That's the only way I would say this. It's your card. And it's certainly, yes, it's a masculine card. So maybe even males and females, go forth for yourself with a wee bit more assertiveness and a wee bit more of, not selfishness, because selfishness isn't a good thing, but to put yourself first isn't necessarily about selfishness. And if you can put yourself first and then go after your own dreams and your own aims, then you'll be happier and you'll connect better with people anyway. So Libra, yeah, the keyword, find your inner self and go forth, I think is the phrase I would give. So if we go on to Scorpio, what have we got for Scorpio? The Moon. Oh, again, another very feminine card. Following on from the first half where there were lots of feminine cards out. The Moon. And this is for Scorpio, although the Moon is more associated with the aspect of Cancer. This is quite a Scorpio card. It's one where it's a major arcana card, and the Moon is a very hidden, mystical, esoteric card. It allows us to go quite deep into our psyche and find a lot in there. It sometimes can also represent things like depression and anxiety and all the things that can come out when we're not at home in ourselves. So for Scorpio this year, there's kind of a dual aspect to what I would like to say to you. One is, watch your mental health. Just make sure that you're looking after your mental health. You've got good infrastructure, so that if ever you dip a wee bit, you've got friends, families, ways of dealing with things, whether that's meditation, whether that's not walks in nature, or your therapist or whatever, but look after your mental health. But the other aspect of this card, which is a wee bit more joyous, is that it may be time to look into the mystical you. Now, Scorpio is a very intuitive sign, but sometimes they keep it to themselves, you know, they're kind of, oh, I knew that would happen, but there we go. So this is the time for Scorpios to stand up and be counted as the intuitive sign they are, because Scorpios can be very stubborn and they can achieve great things through that stubbornness. Now, if you can imagine accessing your mystical side, your psychic side, and bringing that forth with the inner stubbornness you've got, that could make it a cracking year. So for Scorpio, I'm going to go with the very upbeat meaning of the card, and I'm going to say, Scorpios, bring out your inner mystic. I like that one. I like that one. So if we go on now to Sagittarius, what have we got for Sagittarius? We have the Nine of Discs. Again, more feminine aspects that's coming out. Now, the Nine of Discs for Sagittarius. It says gain on it. And it's just a very lovely card, you know, sort of people looking forward into a kind of galaxy energy out there. And it is quite a simple card for Sagittarius. And I'm not saying they're a simple sign, they're not, but they like things to be straightforward. They like to be able to think a thing and then go out and achieve it. The sign that just says, right, okay, I've got the basics and I'm off. This card tells you that you're doing exactly the right thing. To move forward in your life and to achieve success and maybe gain, whether that's financial or experiences or the things that you want and you need, then it's time to just use the basic resources you've got and go for it. Yes, it's time maybe to join forces with other people. You know, sometimes going places or doing things on your own, Sagittarius, is great, but you can be too solitary at times. You can do things that are very much just for you. It may be the year where you sort of go with other people a wee bit more and take your adventures with family, friends, and go out there. So for Sagittarius, it is a year of gain, and the gain comes from just doing what you normally do, which is going forth and going for things just with the basics round about you. You know, it's not a sign that waits and sees. It's not a sign that will say, I'll save up lots of money and then I'll go do that, or I'll wait and see till I get this new body and then I can be happy. It's not like that. And Sagittarius, I think we could all learn from you at times, which is simply, if you've got your heart and you've got your head and you want action and you want adventure, then just go for it. So Sagittarius, I would say your key phrase for the year ahead is continue the adventure. But I think I'd add on, not necessarily in a solitary way, continued adventure with more people, more friendships, more joy, and not so solitary. So good one for Sagittarius. So if we now look at Capricorn. Oh, here comes Nelly. Right, settle down. Oh goodness, it's hard to shuffle cards with you there. Settle down. Capricorn. Let's see what we've got for Capricorn. We have, the Queen of Discs, who is the female Capricorn Earth card in the court cards. Again, this is, I think, the third queen we've had out, and it really is bringing a massive feminine energy to the whole year across the signs, apart from a couple. So, Capricorn, this is your queen. If you're feminine, this tells you, if you're female and over about 30, this is your card anyway. She's the queen of the earth signs, of which you're one. So what does she mean for you in the year ahead? Well, for Capricorn females, again, it's very much about being yourself and finding out what it is about yourself that you like about yourself, what you think is good about yourself, and then moving forward with more confidence. Now, female Capricorns sometimes can be not as confident in themselves as I would like. They're a great sign for doing things and for lists and for really keeping us all right. Really good earthy sign, quite wee nitpicking sign as well. But they don't have great confidence. So what I would say for female Queen of Discs, that's the signs. Sorry, Nelly, settle down, come on, I can't be licked to death. Right, this is you. If you're over 30ish and you're a mature Capricorn, for that energy, find yourself, find the things you like and move forth with them. In general, for Capricorns, she is about finding a way of doing your practical work in a more generous and compassionate way. Capricorn's a brilliant sign. They're tenacious. They will make sure that they climb that mountain, even if it takes them a long time. But again, sometimes they can be very focused on the next step, and they're not really seeing how it can affect other people. So for Capricorn this year, again, it's about being yourself. I'm not asking you to change in any way, because we need Capricorns. We need that sort of energy of I'll not give up. But it's time to do it maybe more in, even if you're a man, in a feminine way, for the world, for your family, for your friends, and bear in mind that you can do an awful lot of good just by being who you are, in your tenaciousness, in your stubbornness, in your ability to keep going, but to soften your edges a little bit so that you're not coming over as a wee bit, sometimes Capricorn can come over as aloof or a wee bit maybe snobby or above themselves, and they're not. It's just that that's the face that sometimes comes over because they're so focused on what they're doing. They don't like interruptions. So Capricorn, keep being that person, but soften it, feminize it, and maybe listen a wee bit more. So again, for Capricorn, there's a lot of cards that come out are asking people to be the best they can be, but with more of a compassionate feminine edge. And this again is following that trend, big trend I'm spotting here over the cards that we've done so far. So Capricorn, key phrase, keep going, but soften the edges. That's what I would say. And if we move on to Aquarius, let's see how that's going to go. Very interesting. I'd like, if you can, not just to listen to your own sign, listen to the first video and this one, because there's big trends going on in it, and it's only when you're sitting back and looking at them all that you actually can see them. So let's see where we're going with Aquarius in 2018. Aquarius is another fire sign, fire card, 5 of Wands, strive. And this has been a weekly tarot card, I think just for the end of December or maybe beginning of January, so have a wee look at that as well. Aquarius being an air sign, you've got a fire card out. Now Aquarius, I used to say that Aquarius contains all the people that didn't fit in the other signs. If they weren't going to fit, God or the universe crumpled them all up and put them into Aquarius. I don't think, to be honest, that I've known 2 Aquarians the same. They've all had themes, but they've all been very different people. And that's the joy of Aquarius, is that you can't really pin them down that much because they are very individual. So what does this mean for Aquarius? Basically, it means surge ahead, push through any barriers and just do it. It's a very upbeat card. You can see the hand pushing through. It's sometimes Aquarius, in very general speak, can be very intellectual, sometimes very comical, good with a sense of intellect, communication, understanding. But again, there can be a shyness with them, and there also can be a thing that they kind of sit outside the circle viewing it. And with this card, it's saying break through more, communicate more. Take your ideas out into the world instead of just in your head, because they're not going to do any real good just in your head. This is a card of taking your ideas and your creativity and punching forth with it. It's about not taking any blockages as a stop sign. It's about just saying, I'm going for this. And you know, that's one of the best things that can happen to Aquarius, is that instead of being in their head so much and the answer staying in their head, is they get a nice fire card. It's like putting a fire under your feet or a blowtorch to your bum. And Aquarius, we should see scooting forward this year and coming forward with the ideas and the confidence and the communication skills to achieve their aims. And that's only going to help us all. So for Aquarius, key phrase, feel the fear and do it anyway. That's what I would say. Just use that phrase. Whatever you want to do, push forward, feel the fear, put it in your mind, think it over, and then just do it anyway. Now we're coming to Pisces, the last sign of this 6. See what we've got for Pisces. I think I'm losing my voice anyway. Let's see. Oh, we have let's see, glasses. It's getting quite dark in here, sorry about that, the light's failing outside. We have the 8 of Discs. Again, another feminine card. There's been very few masculine suits out in the whole of the year. This has prudence or caution on it. And it's got a lovely, some people see it as a bonfire with smoke coming off. Some people see it as a tree, like the tree of life, and a little group of people huddling under it. They're being prudent, they're being cautious. That sounds slightly negative for Pisces, but for the year ahead, it's about saying that joy comes in groups. Joy and a sense of well-being comes from being prudent and looking after yourself, but looking after others as well. It's about knowing that you have certain skills and you may not have others, but in your little group of people, whether that be family or workmates or spiritual group, that you all have enough to come together and be very safe and protected, and not just safe and protected, but by pulling all the skills together, you are able to go forward stronger than you would be if you do it solitary. Again, that's a theme that seems to be going through the whole year, is about people finding themselves, but then also going forward as groups or in little, not factions of stuff, but you know what I mean. It's not about being solitary. It's not about, it's definitely about finding yourself within the collective as such, and that in itself making the collective stronger and wiser and more active. So Pisces, you're in a position this year where, although at times you really relish your solitude, you relish the time to go into your readwams, to think things out, to read or whatever, it's a time where you're meant to be lending your skills to other people. You're meant to be connecting with little groups or little family units, and all of you's bringing your skills together to make the world a better place and to make your place in the world not just a better place, but a safer place, a more prudent place, a place where you feel safe. That's a big one for Pisces. And a lot of Pisces will be sitting just now thinking, ooh, that sounds a wee bit too much, but it's not. Pisces is the two fish. One's the dreamy one going downstream. The other one is the bolshy salmon upstream. You have the bolshiness, you have the stubbornness to swim upstream against the tide. Do it, and then bring what you learn and pass it on to other people. Pass it on to a group that can benefit from your wisdom and your knowledge. So how do I make this a keyword? Because I don't want you to be prudent. That's not really the point of the card. It's about being cautious and being protective of other people and yourself. But for Pisces, I'm going to say keep motivated. Keep motivated for yourself and others, and know that the skills that you bring to others will benefit them. So if you can keep motivated for your learning and your development, then you in turn can make a space safer and more welcoming for others as well. So Pisces, yeah, actually a very, very good card. So I hope you've enjoyed the Astrotarot. I certainly have enjoyed doing it. Keep me on my toes. Let's get all these other cards. As I say, I'll link the other video down below for the first 6 signs. And if you like it, give me a thumbs up. If a lot of people like it, I may do a monthly Astrotarot, and that'll sit kind of on the signs, whereas the weekly tarot card is for all general signs out there. So let me know. It's up to you. If you like the Astrotarot, it could be a monthly thing if enough people want it. So let me know. I really, really hope 2018 is wonderful for you, and I hope that you can use your astrological signs, keywords or key phrase to help you when you feel you need something. Think of the phrase and let it help you move forth and go forward. And many blessings for 2018. I hope that you'll subscribe to my channel and enjoy what we have coming there. Many blessings now. Bye.